Welcome back. This is Pastor Joyce from Christ the Cornerstone Church, and I have a special guest tonight, Kathy Ripa, and we've been talking about your journey in your life from the age of 12 years old and everything you lived through, from being sexually abused by your family, just being beaten up, joining gangs at the age of 12 years old, getting into drugs and alcohol, and it just sounded like, I mean, you were really deep into it. I know that you took your hat off and so forth, and now, I can see, you got your hair under there, but I noticed you wear a lot of hats. Is there some significance to the hats? I know in gangs sometimes I know they wear colored handkerchiefs or things. Am I right about some of that?
Yes, well, that's absolutely true. We have a handkerchief for each color of the gang. I prefer on this station not to, or any other station, to say what my color was.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
but
want you to be
as
safe.
in the hat wise, the hat represented basically every time I did certain things, it was codes to certain drugs I was going to basically do, or basically I'm going to fight, or basically this is my warrior. Basically, it's just if I need help, it's basically upwards, as in I need you.
Really?
Help.
So their hat is a symbol. So when we see, symbol. Wow. Okay.
So my gang people, without even saying a word, they basically know what I'm up to, and they're going to help me. They're going to back me up 100%. If I'm in a bar, I'm going to lift my hat upwards.
Okay.
That means I'm getting ready to fight somebody because they stole some of my drugs.
I see.
Or something like that.
Wow.
One of my
scary, isn't it? I mean, how did you live through that? I mean, I just can't imagine it. I came from a little bit of a rough childhood, but when I hear about what you went through, and the gang sounds like it consumed you or owned you. I mean, they really. Some people say it's a sense of belonging that has become this like a subculture, but I mean, it's really where you're being power and control over you.
Yes, basically, you are being owned and powered and controlled. You think it's really good because it's like a lot of money you're making.
I see.
That's really good for a child. It's fast, easy money. You don't realize all the danger into it until it happens to you. Like when I was beat with the baseball bat, I didn't realize I was going to have every bone in my body broke up. I didn't realize I was going to be separated from my brothers and sisters that really cared about me. I do have a sister named Darlene Ripa, and I want to say now, because I think she's listening to this, that I love her, because out of 31 years she's been looking for me.
Wow.
And I met her recently by grace of God, and she's awesome. She's into Jesus Christ as her Lord and Savior.
Wow.
And, I recently went to New Jersey and met my cousin and my Aunt Rose, and they're awesome also. So I didn't have every one of my families that were bad.
I see.
But my mom was really into like bad things, into not godly things, I will say.
Okay.
I don't want to totally go into it too
That's okay.
deep.
No problem.
And I was against what she wanted me to do, and I was basically thrown out of her family in my eyes. So my grandma raised me basically, but I was a what do you say? I went against any rules and regulations because I thought I owned myself now.
Okay, right. Like a rebel, you're kind of right.
And my mom did her satanic and all that stuff, and I basically wasn't into that, kind of lifestyle.
Right.
But the gangs to me was my family, because I don't recall my brothers and sisters after the baseball bat. I don't recall my lifestyle back too far back. After 12 years old, I could hardly remember anything because of that lifestyle I lived. All the drugs burnt my brains out,
Wow.
Today I live with grand mal seizures because of my brain injury. I have a very bad brain injury now. Today I have a stuttering problem. It's not happening right now.
Right, you're doing well.
God.
Good. You're doing good.
Because I was worried that I was going to stutter a lot.
You're doing fine.
And I got back injury very badly, so I pretty near I'm crippled almost.
Really?
Like I have a problem getting up in the mornings
I see.
because my back been broke several times. My neck's been broke.
Wow. And all
from
from
this bat.
wow, from that one baseball bat
Yeah,
beating.
just from that.
So they meant to
one.
kill you probably.
Oh yeah, basically they did, and
Wow.
that's what gangs are. Is
Wow.
like I said, we're as a gang member, you're the type that'll suck you in like I'll suck you in like a vacuum cleaner, and then I own you. And
Right.
if you don't apply what I say, I'm going to kill you or I'm going to hurt you. And if I promise you that I'm not, it doesn't mean that my partner's not.
Ah.
See, so
I see.
it's
Wow.
one of them deals that once you do a promise in a gang,
Yes.
you can't go by against that promise.
I see. Wow.
And so that means if you join my gang, you can't go against that.
Wow.
And
Unreal.
that's how hard it is for teenagers to realize that, after this happened, I was shot several times,
Really?
I was shot 3 times
Wow.
because I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and we was at a gunfight out. And
Wow.
I ended up shot in the stomach.
No kidding.
Today I have a digestion problem because of it and stuff like that,
Wow.
And I shot in my leg 2 times. I was stabbed several times.
You were stabbed.
Stabbed on numerous occasions because of fighting.
Okay.
Instead of the people want to fight by hands, we got weapons,
Wow.
It's not like it used to be where back in the day, they didn't have weapons.
Right.
They fought by hand,
Yes,
and
you're
it
right.
was real
Schoolyard,
simple.
fist
that
fight.
Schoolyard fist
Right.
fight. Nowadays, kids are going in schools they're going in schools with literally guns, knives, stuff like that. And
Wow.
basically, what I want to get across is that you don't have to be like that. You could change. God
Really?
can change you.
So let's go back to the Salvation Army, because you didn't think God could change you then. I mean, you said
No, I
that
didn't.
you got to the Salvation Army. That was 2 years ago now
Yes.
in Sarasota, and there was a Dr. Sutton. You said
Dr. Sutton.
right,
I'll
and
never
you
forget it.
challenged him. You gave him the challenge that
Well,
God could change you. Right?
Basically, before that, I met him. I went to a meeting,
Okay.
an AA meeting, to
Oh,
see if
okay.
they could help me.
Okay.
And Dr. Sutton was chairing the meeting,
I see.
and he cut me off because I was talking about how I want to kill somebody and stuff
Wow.
like that.
You said that at the AA
Yeah.
meeting. Whoa. Okay.
And basically, he cut me off, and I said, "Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?" And he's like, and I'm like, "I will cut your throat in a minute. I will spit you in the face. I will shoot you right now."
Wow.
Right now. And this is how angry I was.
Wow.
I was so bitter and angry that I didn't think there was no help for me.
Right.
I didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't think there was no help for me. A person like me, how dare you to think there's help for me, And then when I went into the Salvation Army, it happened to be Dr. Sutton again.
No kidding. Wow. Is that
Is that God or
that
what?
exactly? What a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And
Wow.
he welcomed me with open arms.
No kidding.
Welcomed me with open arms.
Uh-huh.
And as I was saying, they were doing this praise and worship thing, and it was amazing. For people that don't believe in Jesus, it's amazing what he could do.
Really?
How he could turn a person around,
Yeah.
and make them brand new.
Really? What happened? Tell me what happened.
We was in praise and worship, and I remember looking at these people like they were crazy. They're literally falling all over the place, laughing, drunk, like they're drunk or high or something. And I'm like, these people are faking. There's no way,
Right.
no way this could be happening. And next minute I know, at the end of the show, Dr. Sutton said, we're getting ready to close this up. And all of a sudden my hand went up without me even doing it.
Right.
I'm looking at my hand like, what is going on?
Wow. Really.
And a voice came out, wait!
Mm.
And I'm like, where did that come from? And all of a sudden I go up to Dr. Sutton and I started, like if I was drunk or high,
Molly.
like if I did a drug.
No kidding.
It was the most wonderful feeling I've ever had. And then all of a sudden I was thrown on the floor.
Mm.
And then I remember them praying over me.
Yes.
They apparently said that I bled out of every orifice of my body.
Is that right?
But I don't know. You know, I believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior today. You know, that's
Yes.
all I know. I know that the next day I felt like everything is beautiful.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
that's how wonderful He allowed me to come out of that.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Wow. In one instant, just like that.
just like
All
that.
those years.
All them years. It's
And
amazing.
there's hope for even somebody like you.
It's hope for anybody out there. You know, if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, you need to, you know, check this person out right here. You know.
Awesome. Wonderful. Wow. We'll be right back. Awesome.